Good morning, 7 Days to Die. We're of course back here in Alpha 19, and today I'm going to show you my base, my small camping base that I built up yesterday. And if you haven't seen that video, make sure you go back to yesterday and check it out. Yesterday meaning one day before this one, because you might check this video tomorrow and then yesterday is this one. Anyway, the video before this one where I showed you how I actually built this base step by step. Basically, you know, you have a 35 distance from the shore. You make a really awesome base with a nice kill corridor, actually two of them, blade traps, dart traps, and all fun stuff that basically draws the zombies in and kills them, slaughters them, kills them dead, undeath, re-kills them, de-animates the whatever you want to call it, but it's really effective, I think. And this time we're going to see the Blood Moon Horde, where I put them against a fairly high game stage. It's not a super high, but it's fairly high, at about 16 concurrent zombies, just so you can see them all flow in continually and see what happens. And like I said, if you haven't seen how I built it, go back to the video right before this one and check it out. And if you think this is a cool concept, why not hit like on the video, maybe subscribe to the channel so you'll see more of my base builds. I publish videos in usual 7 Days to Die every single week, and I do some other variety games as well, just to play things up a little bit. And I do stream usually Thursday and Saturdays EST, Eastern Standard Time, so why not check me out either on YouTube or Twitch as well. But let's go into the Blood Moon Horde. It's about to start. Ooh, shit's about to get real. Alright, we are just about done. There's a couple of things that you probably want to do when you make a base like this. One is you want to give yourself a place to actually hide. And that's somewhat easy and somewhat challenging, depending on how you look at it, actually. So what I'm going to do I'm going to do something like this. So now you could hide. Actually, if I actually fill this in, and when I say hide, I mean hide from, for instance, cops seeing you. If cops see you, they will start vomiting, and you don't necessarily want to have that happen. So doing this actually is a pretty good way of doing it. Let's say a secure wooden door, and I need 4 of them. What I normally do, and yes, I normally do exactly that. I messed it up. No, what I normally do is I put in. And I need a new secure door, please. One more, yes, por favor. Like this. You get a door like this, and then you beat it a few times. And let's see, you don't want to destroy it entirely. You want to bring it down to... You want to make sure you don't destroy it entirely. You want to bring it down to something like this, because this gives you a pretty good view, at least if you hunker down, and you can actually make that even better by... See if I do that. Let's 1, 2, 3. Then you see even better. It's really good. Actually, I need to replace that. No. Okay, yes. Okay, we got this, and I do have the door here. So now I can place another one, even though I destroyed one. You might be thinking that he's gone crazy. He's gone insane, and that's sometimes correct. Right now it's not. So what happens in this case is that I should do that here, is that you can actually see what's coming. Nothing can see you. Now you might be thinking, oh, come on. Vedui. Let me make sure I'm good here. You are the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I mean, come on, if you know, I can clearly see you there. I mean, hello, I can see you with that stupid flashlight as well. You are not like hiding in plain sight, but actually I am. I'm actually hiding in plain sight. And the reason being is that that's how it works. Zombies actually can't see through doors, even if they have been partially destroyed. That means that if they can't see you, they won't vomit at you. So you won't have cops actually vomiting at you, which means that you have less destruction, say from their vomit on the blade traps, which can otherwise be a bit of an issue, because if they are vomiting here, they will be hitting the blade traps and will be destroying them. And you don't want that, because that just means that, well, less protection for you, because then there's no blade traps. So by doing it this way, and just I don't need it, but I want it. So you can stand up here and shoot and fight and whatever you want to do. But if you just want to idle a little bit or you just want to watch, you can actually, if you're one of those voyeurs, you can just stand here because they won't be vomiting at you. Now you have to be a little bit careful here. They could, if they're standing right here, get a little bit of line of sight on you, but if somewhere here, you should be fine. And that actually helps you during the Blood Moon Hordes because it means that you can just you can just take it easy. You come up and pop up, and then come back here, for instance, and then go back and then just shoot them, and then go and hide again without suffering too much destruction. Or you go up, just do some repairs, and then duck back here. It depends on how you want to do things, so that's really up to you. But let's see how this one fares in action. Let's start let's see, my game stage is about 86. Let's bump that up. Let's do give self XP. Let's give myself level 49. Let's bring it up a little bit, right? I mean, something like this should be good. So we're going to be about game stage 174, level whatever, which means that we should be getting a reasonably good horde. Because, you know, if it's too small, it's kind of pointless. So let's start with this. Oh, and our Blood Moon Horde is starting here. And see, they're coming exactly where we expected them to come. They're coming from this area and... Oh, yes. Normally, it would actually be pretty good if you turn things on. Yes, turn on. Yes, that helps. There's a benefit in that. Okay, otherwise, yeah, they'll just be destroying things. So, they're spawning roughly where I told them they're going to be. Now, I'm a few blocks behind here. As you can see, I'm here. So, this is where... basically the 80 mark was. I'm about like 84. So yes, they should be spawning exactly where they are, which is here, because they come at 35 to 50 roughly. Let's see, they are getting destroyed here. The cop got destroyed. And new ones are coming in. So they're all coming here. They run here, then they realize, hey, no, I need to go around here in order to get to the player. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Wow. I got the Blood Moon Horde behind me. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool screenshot there. So, and they're just coming in, just becoming mincemeat from both the blade traps, which are doing damage, but also from the dart traps when they get stuck there. And they're of course getting stopped by the electric fences that are bussing them. Even though the darts are faster, we've already determined that. This actually works. Oh, perfect. Let's see what happens when he comes in. Oh, yes. Bam. Perfect. We also got to see those in action, actually. You always need something to take care of the vulture, because they're not necessarily going to go through in one go, but if they stay here the whole time, you get less spawns out there, and they will damage some things here. Then you have to worry about just killing them, and they will vomit, and you'll have to repaint. You know, it's not very nice. But this is working surprisingly well. You're getting some loot. Even the dog should be dying fast. I haven't seen any demolisher, so let's assume we got a demolisher. Do that. Alright, so he's gonna run in. Let's see what happens when he comes in. He should be taking enough damage to die. Now he's taking most of the damage from the blade trap here. I think he's standing probably right in front, because he doesn't look like he's taking damage from the darts. Maybe a little bit, but most of it is probably the blade trap. But that made pretty short works of him. Let's try another one. See, he comes in together with everything else. You do have to be a little bit watchful for cops. Cops could, especially when the blade traps had been taken out, could be in a position where they don't get killed by the, especially radiated cops. These ones probably not. But radiated cops could take enough damage that they start going into their blow up animation. And if they blow up, they won't take out the dart traps, but they will take out the blade traps probably. Okay, let's get back here into our body. We can come out here and do a little bit of repairs. They're actually not taking a lot of... I think that most of these... Oh, yes, you're in the perfect... Oh, isn't that nice? Now these ones are probably too far back unless they come up here. Let's see if this cop's gonna vomit. Are you gonna vomit, sir? Oh yeah, he did. He did. Something vomited. It could have been a vulture as well. So you also have to make sure that you are continually... Oh yeah, yeah, you can actually do that. Do that. Just take them out, especially the radiated. You might want to go, hey, let me just take them out before they come up and suck too many of the dart traps. That works pretty well. If you have, for instance... oh, you see? Oh, there was one. If you have a rifle, you could do a pretty good job of just picking them up before they get up here. Especially if you want to do a little bit of target practice, which I find kind of amusing as well. Or you just bash them when they come up. If you decide to have few rows of dart traps, you will have to do a little bit more active defense. Because you see, with 4 of them, they end up generally around here. Some end up all the way here, depending again on how many concurrent zombies you have. If you have too many, then of course more of them will make it through. And the higher game stage you are, more of them as well, because then you'll get more of the radiated, which of course have more hit points. And this is why standing back here can be fairly helpful of just thinning them out a little bit. If you are good at shooting, you can get some headshots and you can get a lot more experience. Now, I don't have the skill that allows me to get experience from the trap kills, but if you do that one, let me bump that up to actually see how that is. If you notice now, I'm getting no kills from the traps. Generally, what I would recommend when you're building bases where you have a lot of traps, go into your intellect and then start bumping up this one. And you hear? Now the electric fence is starting to fail at the back. I haven't specifically made any way to fix that, but I don't care right now. But coming back to the intellect, if you go to this, if you check down here, you still see that gain 20% experience from electrical trap kills. But if I go down here, I'll start get 20% experience. Let's see if I get something. Come on. Yes, I'm starting to get here. Now if I do this one, I get 35%. Even more. Do this one, I get 50%. All of a sudden, I will now get a lot of experience from the trap kills. Of course, I still get more if I manually kill them, but 50% for just standing back here and idling the whole night, that is pretty good. I mean, I think that is pretty good myself, and of course, you'll have your option of just going up here yourself if you really feel like it. Just get some extra manual kills in, because that's kind of fun as well. And if you really wanted to, you could, for instance, say, hey, let me turn off those. Not turn off the blade traps. You notice they get a little bit further up ahead simply because the blade traps are not there to help kill them. And that allows you to do a little bit more fighting by yourself because you have fewer kills before they reach, well, where you are. You still have to be a little bit careful about any cops, but you notice all of a sudden there are more of them that come up, and that makes more fun for you to actually do that. But I want to turn them back on. You could do this. Now you have no dart traps, so you're definitely going to have more of the zombies coming up here, which you might or might not want to have. It's definitely going to be a lot more trouble. I would not necessarily recommend it at a higher level because it's a little bit difficult to keep up with it. Hello, ladies. Oh, and she is just wrecking. Oh no, I got infected. Oh, come on. And we didn't even get to have dinner. See, that's the problem with ladies during the apocalypse, especially zombie apocalypses. You know, they'll infect you, but they, you know, they don't even allow you to take them to dinner. So this, I mean, I think this works really well. I was going to say really badly, but actually really well. And I'm having a steady stream of zombies that are coming out. Now, an improvement of this base would obviously be to, not this one, probably on this side then. You see, these ones are starting to burn out, and I have no easy way of repairing from the inside. You probably, if you're doing this for a real base, you probably want to give yourself a way to get up here and just repair these ones, because they will be taking the damage, and of course you want to have the electric fences running the whole night. It's not going to be fatal, but of course you have less problems with zombies coming up here, because they will be continually stunned by the electric fences, and they will be spawning here the whole night. So they can only get like from this area forward. Here is not perfect. I could have probably made it You see this slightly closer because they can spawn here. So if I wanted to sort of optimize a little bit, I would put some dirt here in order to give my spawn here. And if I do, let's do forest green, I can actually see if I can show that. Because I think that if I put things in here, they actually will be able to start spawning here as well. So you could get a little bit higher spawn if you were lucky. Not that it's necessarily such a big issue, because this is already quite a lot of it. Just by enlarging it a little bit like this, you would have a little bit more optimized spawn. But you can see I'm still getting a lot of spawns already, simply by how the base build is. Let's see. Oh, and actually, okay, now we saw a dog that went wrong. I wonder where it's gonna go. Is he gonna go? Oh yeah. Oh, we got to see that as well. He's coming exactly where we wanted him to go. I'm happy with this base. What do you think? Do you think this worked out well? I think it's really simple to make because you don't have to make it on a platform as such. Yes, I mean this. You have to build this out into the ocean, but beyond that, you don't have to have any platform that you build up. So you have a pretty easy way of dealing with it. You're not going to get any collapses because it's already resting on the ground, and I think that makes it a fun base to both build. Oh, where did he come from? That's weird. Oh, yeah, you see there's spawning right here where I put the blocks. So have you made any bases like this where you sort of spawn camp the zombies when they come in and basically just slaughter them? I think it's really fun. I've made something that was using the similar mechanic, but I haven't made anything that was this easy to make. I was making a lot more elaborated. This is really, really simple, and you can get this up as soon as you have access to some traps and some concrete. And it's going to be really effective. You see, sometimes they do run down here because they have a way up here, just like you see from the cop. Sometimes they decide that, hey, if I just run here, it's good enough. I don't have to worry about it. But you notice none of them is running out here. Even him, he was really far out, and now he's actually swimming, and he should be coming up here. Sometimes they do have a bit of problem, especially the dogs, because they're a little bit smaller. You notice he got stuck a little bit and went back and forth. But after a while, they always come up anyway. But that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any other base builds you want me to create, put them in the comment section below. And I will see you next time. I'm definitely going to be having some cleanup here. He was vomiting. That's weird. That cop was vomiting, but he couldn't really see anything. I mean, because I'm standing behind here. Ha! Not sure why that was happening. Yeah, you see? Peculiar. Ooh, could it be because I wonder if my gun is sticking out a little bit. Huh. Well, that's gonna have to be a test for another day. Good night, everyone. See you in the morning.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the vetted community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.